Hey, this is Gordon from Hale Family Homestead, and we're about to do our hive inspection today, so we thought we'd just take you along and show you what we find. So we're going to smoke around the hive here before we take our first lid off. Here. We're going to take a frame out, see what we got. Started yet on the outer frame, but now we're getting into one of the frames that came with the nuke, so this one's going to be pretty well established. Oh yeah. My brood there, a little bit of honey. Our brood.
If you want to see a bee being born, there it is. Happy birthday
to America. Last time we did this, we told you to put the wide side down, which, as you can see, there's different profiles. There's a wide side and there's a narrow side. So now we're actually going to do it the other way. We're going to put the narrow side down. The reason is because we came out here and we had a ton of bird comb on top of all the hives, and that's because if you put the wide side down, that gives them enough room to travel over the frames, and that's what we were told to do, but there's just a lot of bird comb, so they said it's okay to go ahead and switch it and now put the narrow side down, and that way we can get this lid off later. Because what happens is if they build a whole bunch of bird comb on top and then they glue it to this frame, you can't get this, this top, you can't get it off. Now that we're done feeding as well, we're gonna have to switch this reducer around, so we don't need this feed tray anymore, so we can go ahead and take this out. Get this reducer out and switch it to where it's got the smaller entrance now.
So we're heading to our entry point, which is going to be one of the corners of our first pasture. And the way we have everything mapped out for our land is we're going to have 3 big pastures, but to start out with, we're just kind of clearing a bit of each of those pastures for one pasture, if that makes sense. So eventually we'll have 3 separate pastures, but right now we're just gonna have kind of like one long pasture.
One long skinny pasture.
Not too skinny though.
No.
So I'll show you here.
Let me go stand by the flag.
Yeah. So here's our corner, our entry gate. So that's gonna be one flag. It goes out there. We have the 4 corners marked. And if I can get here to the center, it goes all the way basically to where the woods line is. So it's a pretty large pasture. Not as large as they will be in the end, but good enough to start with. So we're just checking all of our flags because next week we start clearing the pasture. Doing our driveway next week when we clear the pasture, and we can kind of take you along the driveway to the orchard.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah, the orchard and her Bella's favorite part, which is the intersection.
Yes.
Crossroad.
Yeah, so we designed a crossroad, and it's kind of hard to see it, but I'll show you a picture of our drawing and it'll make a little bit more sense. But if you can see these pink flags, that is going to be our road, which is the driveway to the house. Pretty sunny, huh?
Yeah, really bright.
Yep, it's only gonna get hotter.
Not a single cloud in the sky.
That's Florida for you.
Oh, there's a couple over there.
Oh yeah, there they are.
Over here.
All right, so I know you can't see anything, but here is the center of our road. It's gonna branch off that way, over to the barn, that way to the house, and this way it's gonna go over to our general store. And then in this area in front of the general store, I know you can't really see the flags, but this whole area is going to be our apple and peach orchard.
If you look over there, you can see all our trees, and we're gonna try to save all the trees. When they cleared the pines out, they left all these little oak trees, so we had to go flag them so that when they come in here with their dozer that they don't knock down our trees. Now we're going to show you a deer feeder we put up out here. So our property borders some state land, so we can go in there and do some hunting, but we also put a feeder on our property, and there's a little swampy area in our property that I came in here with a weed whacker and a chainsaw and cleared it out. We had put a camera in here before, and we were seeing lots of deer, and we could, oh yeah, the road's over here. So we were seeing lots of deer in here, and like deer sign. So I came in here and put this feeder. We checked the cameras, nothing's on camera. So I don't know, maybe I scared them off with the feeder, but we'll go in here and kind of see. Watch out for moccasins. I was walking in here with Bella the other day, and in one of these puddles was a moccasin ready to bite me. About to step on him, but Miss Bellaboo saved me. Okay. So here's our feeder. There's my camera. Unfortunately, I also cut a trail right here. Unfortunately, I'm all out of memory cards for today, so I can see if there's anything on this one. But there is, I won't be able to read it. Nice. 143 pictures. And I can't check them. Make sure this thing's working. Check underneath here. It looks like we might be out of corn, actually. Actually, we weren't out of corn. I did something dumb. I'll cut the bottom of a water bottle off and use it as like a scooper to scoop corn, and when I only need a little bit. Well, apparently I must have dumped a bag in here that still had the cut off water bottle in there. And as you can see, water bottle got right in the hole where the corn's supposed to come out and stopped her up. So, we're not out of corn, but I made a dumb move. You can kind of see our flags. Our road is gonna cut right through this. It's gonna be a little wet probably because this is a lower area and it kind of holds some water sometimes. But he's gonna have to put some more dirt on it to kind of help build up the road. But while I'm in here, we have a coon crossing. Every time I'm in here, I see this ton of raccoon prints. He must live up in one of these trees here. There's an old one. There's another one right there. Here's a deer track right here.
It's getting kind of hard to walk out here because the thicket is growing so tall.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only gonna get bigger.
Yeah. So. And this is another thing we've been finding a lot of out here. Bones.
Yeah.
We found hog skulls, jaw bones.
That's a leg bone.
Leg bone.
Back leg bone, I think.
Of a deer?
I think it's pig.
Pig.
Hog. Here's part of a jaw.
Yeah. So.
That's probably a hip, maybe. I don't know what that is.
But yeah, there's lots of hog bones out here. Pretty old though, because most of them have been deteriorating for some time. I'm gonna walk down into the pasture that we're clearing to show you a little bit better of a view. We are keeping all of our oak trees, well, all of our trees in general. So all of the palmettos will go, but trees like this one and all of these in front of me, those will all be kept, and the pasture will be graded and planted below. So it'll be like kind of like green grass with some trees for shade. All right, so over where those trees are is the end of what we're going to make this pasture. So it goes all the way out. It goes to about right here, all the way out, and then all the way back to the beginning where we just walked from. Pasture is about 1.7 acres. So it's a good start without having to do everything at once.
All along our property was just planted pine, so when they come in and cut the timber, naturally they just leave the stumps. So these stumps are all throughout where we're gonna put our pasture in here. So that's one of the things this company's doing, is they're coming in and digging up all these stumps, getting rid of them. At the feed store here, we got to get a couple things, so we stopped at Tractor Supply. So here we go. $1,100 for that thing.
So the Hive?
Yeah, and I think it's only 108. I mean, it's like 180 gallons. It says it's got 3,000 pound capacity, but my gosh, $1,100. Holy cow. All our plants are getting really big, especially our peppers, and they're all falling over, so we're adding these tomato cages to help keep them up. Watching us today.
We had a great time taking you along on a day in our farm life.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button, and if you want to see more, be sure to hit the subscribe button.
And as always, follow us on our social media, on Instagram at Hale Family Homestead, Facebook Hale Family Homestead, and now TikTok Hale Family Homestead.
Until next time.
Have a great day. Bye.